If you live in the southeastern United States like I do, then chances are you spent a ton of money on your water bill last year, much more so than normal. And why was that? Well, that was because the southeastern United States experienced near record level drought conditions throughout much of the year. In fact, here in my state of Florida, it was one of the driest years on record. And as we enter into the 2026 year, currently 3/4 of the state of Florida are under what's considered persistent drought conditions. And so, unfortunately, for most of us, a really bad year last year for rainfall. And as we enter into this new year, that still seems to be persisting. So now the question is, what is the outlook? What's it looking like for us coming up? Do we have any relief in sight? And well, we can check a few things to kind of get a picture of that. And again, here is the current conditions in the southeastern United States as of January 22nd. And you can see here a good portion of the area is under what's considered severe drought. And then we've got a few pockets of extreme drought conditions here in the panhandle of Florida, some in southeastern Georgia, and a little bit here in central Alabama. But by and large, overall here, everybody in the Southeast is experiencing some level of drought activity. And unfortunately, if we go to the outlook, sorry, folks, it's not looking good. It looks like this is going to persist all the way through April, according to this outlook here. And if you're in my neck of the woods here in North Florida, it doesn't look good at all. We're in the below category as well. So unfortunately, not good news for us here, at least in the short term. We can keep our fingers crossed for a bounce back into some above average conditions for summer, but that remains to be seen. But I did want to take this opportunity to remind everybody that there are some things that you can do proactively in a drought situation to kind of mitigate the expense on the additional water. And one of those things that you can do is invest into a water collection system, a rain barrel system. This was something that I'd considered last year, probably late spring when it was first looking like we were in a persistent drought scenario. But I didn't pull the trigger on it because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, in a few weeks, the summer storms are going to kick in. We're going to have some tropical activity during the latter part of summer. And before you know it, we're going to have tons and tons of rain and this drought scenario is going to be over. Boy, was I wrong. I completely missed that. It was terrible out throughout the entire year, just super dry. And so I was running our irrigation system constantly, which that resulted in us having just insane water bills all throughout the season. So this year, after having experienced all that, we are investing in a rain barrel collection system here. And I'm installing that in the backside of our house. And I will, in fact, take some pictures and video of that as we progress with that project. And hopefully I can give you guys some tips and pointers if you want to look into investing the same thing. But these are things that you can get, obviously, at your local hardware store, Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware. But you can also go to Amazon and find lots of opportunities there. I would just research for kits, complete kits, and make sure you also invest in what is a decent pump so that you can get some decent water pressure for your garden hose and be able to get water distributed to those parts of your yard that maybe are extra dry that you can hit. That way you can minimize the amount of time that you're using your irrigation system by using your water collection system. And just a reminder, all it takes is a few good steady rains to fill up these containers. I would recommend you probably buy at least 2, depending on the size of your yard. If you got a big yard, maybe you want to go larger. But a couple of these containers placed in just the right spots to where the water funnels down from your roof line. Usually those are in like corners. So if you can put these barrels in those corners, perfect spot to catch all that waterfall from, like a thunderstorm, and it'll fill that container right up. And then that'll give you some water that you can use to spread across your yard, water your plants and flowers, things of that nature. And again, all doing so without having to touch your irrigation system. So that's our plan for this year ahead. And hopefully that's going to help us and help our pocketbooks a little bit. And again, I'll post some videos and photos of that upcoming as we get our project finished, and hopefully it'll be useful to everybody else. But I think this is a good opportunity to kind of help the situation, as it does look like this condition is going to continue for us, unfortunately, as we head into the first part of the season. But that's my humble take. Let me know what yours is. Comment down below.